guys, it's Nia, and this is part 2 of my Allegiant discussion. So if you haven't seen part 1, then go watch that first. And if you haven't read this book or this series yet, then don't watch either of them, because you're going to be very, very spoiled. Very much so. So everyone who hasn't watched part 1 or read the books, bye. Have a great day. Okay, I'm assuming everyone that's here now has read the book. I moved locations. Can you tell? The lighting was better over here. So, yeah. But anyway, now we're going to talk about the really sad ending. Now, again, I already knew Trish was going to die. But God, the way it was written was so beautiful. And Veronica was really, really brave with taking this step. That was brave to kill off a main character. But I'm glad she did it. I felt it was necessary for the series, and I knew it was going to happen from book 1. It had to happen. And Veronica said that as she was writing book 1, she knew that this would have to be the end of the series with Trish dying. So, but I'm gonna read my favorite parts. So, she was on page 411 while I get there. She was talking about how she didn't want to die, and she was actually glad. Okay, so on page 411, and I don't want to die anymore. I am up to the challenge of bearing the guilt and the grief, up to facing the difficulties that life has put in my path. Some days are harder than others, but I'm ready to live each one of them. I can't sacrifice myself, not this time. Tris, that was beautiful, but guess what you freaking did? You sacrificed yourself. I knew it from page 448, when she says, I cross the room and retrieve our guns from the counter, but itching at the back of my mind is what Tobias said yesterday, that the abnegations say you should only let someone sacrifice himself for you if it's the ultimate way for them to show they love you. And for Caleb, that's not what this is. So I knew from that moment that she was going to sacrifice herself instead of Caleb, because that's what Trish does. Trish is the most selfless, brave person I've ever met. She's the strongest character ever. And this book series has impacted me more than any other series out there that I've read. And she's impacted me more than any other character. She is forever my role model. I'm sorry if I start to cry. I finished this book 2 days ago. It's Saturday, and I finished it on Thursday. And the reason I didn't film it on Thursday or Friday yesterday is because I was an emotional wreck. I couldn't even think about it without crying. So I'm trying my best not to cry right now. And then Trish and Caleb's relationship throughout this entire book is so great. You know, she doesn't talk to him at first. She has every right to be mad at him. You know, she doesn't talk to him. She punches him in the face. I loved that part. That's probably one of my favorite parts in the book. And then they play Candor, and he says that he's truly sorry. And then I'm trying really hard right now. I'm sorry. I can't put words into my emotions right now. This is the series that got me into reading, so the fact that it's coming to an end, and the main character, my favorite female character ever, my hero, is dead, is really sad. And Peter is also one of my favorite characters as well, and And then on page, hold on. But, and when, Tobias gives him the memory serum, I was already crying because Tris had died at this point already. And then on page 479, when Tobias gives Peter the memory serum, and he's, how much should I drink? He says, and I think I hear his teeth chattering. I don't think it makes a difference. I say, okay, well, here goes. And then he lifts the vial up to the light like he is toasting it to me. When he touches it to his mouth, I say, be brave. And then he swallows, and I watch Peter disappear. That's so sad. And he did it because he was sick of doing the bad things. And breathe. I love Peter so much, and I was already crying, and then I was like really crying at that part because we're waiting for Tobias to find out. We're waiting for him. I'm scared reading like Tris is dead, and I need, okay, I'm gonna read the part when Tris dies. Sorry, this video's really all over the place. I'm trying to hurry, cause, yeah, I slide to the floor. I feel something warm on my neck and under my cheek. Red. Blood is a strange color. Dark. From the corner of my eye, I see David slumped over in his chair, and my mother walking up from behind him. She's dressed in the same clothes she wore last time I saw her. Abnegation gray, stained with her blood, with bare arms to show her tattoo. There's still bullet holes in her shirt. And at this point, until they said the bullet holes, I had this little thing of hope that, Natalie is alive. And it's like the Amara thing all over again. And that, she's alive. But then, they find out that she's actually taking Tris to death. And, help me, Tris, she says, and she smiles. Am I done yet? I say, and I'm not sure if I actually say it or just think it, and she hears it. Yes, my dear child, you've done so well. What about the others? I choke on a sob as an image of Tobias comes into my mind, of how dark and how still his eyes were, how strong and warm his hand was when we first stood face to face. Tobias, Caleb, my friends, they all care for each other. That's what people do. I feel a thread tugging me again, but this time I know that it isn't some sinister force dragging me towards death. I know this time it's my mother's hands drawing me into her arms, and I gladly go into her embrace. Can I be forgiven for all I've done to get here? I want to be. I can. I believe it. This is part 2. I'm going to do part 3. So check out part 3. Okay. Peace out.